Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Kiley here with Martial Arts America, Team Navarre. This is the date today is April 9th. It is Thursday. This is your junior adult intermediate class. Those are the junior adult blue belts, junior adult purple belts, and junior adult brown belts. Potentially some advanced belts in here too, getting some extra training. So welcome, everybody. We're going to get stretched out. We're going to get warmed up. We're going to review a little bit what we worked on the Tuesday class with the fire form, potentially even taking it a little bit further than we did last time. We're going to start working on self-defense number 14. So we started on Tuesday, kind of pushing into that and kind of getting just at least the foot motions down. You can't really, if you don't have a puncher at home, I don't have a puncher here, so it's okay. So kind of at least going into how your body should move around that arm if it was there. So then we come back and can train together, then we can make those things happen seamlessly, as well as kind of reviewing and going over some tips and tricks to your balance test. Hopefully, guys, if you haven't already done that, make sure you do that today and get that. Hopefully you made it to the balance board and you get that posted in the balance board kind of sub article that we have up on the Facebook page. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start. Feet together. Bow. Let's get stretched out a little bit. Reach up real tall. Out real wide. Good. Turn this way. Turn that way. Back to the middle. Reach down real low. Up real tall. Again on your tippy toes. Reach and stretch. Touch the ceiling. Down real low. All the way up. Take a step out with your feet. Very good. And you're going to reach down to the middle. A little bit of weight in your hands is fine. Now, I don't want you all the weight transferred to your hands. There's going to be a little bit of weight, though, but make sure your hands are not what's holding you up right now. Your feet are. Over to the left side. Your hands will hold you up in a second. That's foreshadowing. Other side. Bend the left knee. Very good. Kind of push out on this knee if you can. Just help stretch out that inner thigh. And again, make sure when you're working this part, you're kind of leaning towards it. You're keeping that foot flat. If I turn my foot up, you'll still feel a stretch, but it'll stretch more of the hamstring that we've already stretched. We're trying to rotate in your hip, rotate everything forward and kind of press it down so you're feeling it on the inside of your leg. That part that gets tight when you extend out your side kick or round kick. You can also kind of straighten this leg a little bit if you have a hard time getting down here. The focus is on this one. So you can also kind of straighten this leg and then just sink your body down that way. You don't have to be all the way to the ground. Switch sides. Now working into our split a little bit differently, kind of come back to this position. Put your hands flat on the ground, kind of lean onto your hands a little bit, and then you're going to just walk your feet out a little bit. And the weight's on your hands, so you can kind of hopefully take your stretch out a little bit more than normal. Good. Take it out a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Good. As far as you can and kind of hold it. At that point, then you'll sit down. At this point, you're basically just sitting on your hands. Sit all the way down. Nice job. Make sure when you sit down, the wire doesn't attack you. Good. Make sure your posture's up nice and tall. That's kind of the one of the big themes we've really been working on with stretching every day. One of the biggest benefits to stretching, one of the biggest goals to stretching and getting more flexible is it allows you to be more upright. It allows you to have better posture, which a lot of times will give you more energy. It'll make you happier, just genuinely, and it'll make it to where you can prevent injury a little bit better. So from here, your body's pushed forward. You can kind of feel your hip muscles pushing forward. Lean over to the left side. Like, your goal is to touch your toes, but even if you're just like this, that's fine. Everybody's stretch is different, and so as long as you're feeling some warmth and a little bit of tightness in the back of this leg, you kind of feel that rubber band stretching type feeling on the underside of your leg. That's all you need, whether you're here or there or here, it doesn't matter. Switch. Back in the middle, walk those hands forward. Walk them a little bit more. A little bit further. A little bit further. Good. Grab your legs. Pull them in. Check it out. Good. Stretch down. All the way up. Very good. Hey, that's okay. It's right there on the right beside the wall. Towards me. Right there. There you go. Sorry. Ready? And take your hands out. Shake them side to side. Up and down. Thank you. Side to side. Freeze. This one up and down. This one side to side. Switch. Good. Reach out real tall. Come in and out. Roll your arms. Other way. Very good. Okay, now your jumping jacks, we're working on getting coordinated with those. So you're going to be here, hands in like this, hands in by your chin, feet are together. Work on just the rhythm. Because a lot of times what stops us from doing our jumping jacks isn't even the actual jumping motion. It's kind of keeping that rhythm and breaking the rhythm. So we want to work on keeping the rhythm. Ready? So you're just going to jump your feet out and then back in over and over and go. Kind of find the same spot with your feet. Find the comfort zone. Also get your heart pumping a little bit. Get your blood flowing. And back in, same thing, hands. And your hands, you're trying to match your rhythm with your hands. Whether it's slower, good, or faster. You're trying to make sure whatever the rhythm of this is, boom, boom, these have the same rhythm, boom, boom. Now let's tie them together. Let's work 10 jumping jacks. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now goal here is we're going to work jumping jacks in a circle to specific spots. Okay, so we're going to kind of coordinate a little bit more. Every time you jump your feet out, instead of jumping them out sideways, you're going to turn to the side. You're going to turn to a different corner of the room. In this case, we're going to go to the left first, and then you're going to turn to the back corner, then you're going to turn to the right, and then you're going to turn to the front side of the room. Ready? So you're going to start here, and every time you jump out, so like ready, together, we're going to jump out, and then when you jump together, bring them back in, facing that same way. In. So now the next jump, I'm going to face my back to you. You face your back to me. Jump out, back in. And then I'll jump to the wall that's kind of to the right. Jump out, back in. And then jump back, face the camera. Jump out, back in. So now we're going to get the hands going too as the feet are jumping out. We're going to try to do 12 because that should be 3 full circles. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We did it. Nice job. If you got confused, that's okay. I kind of did too. Okay, the next goal from there, we're going to work on keeping our legs, not just stretching from the ground, but doing stretches while standing is really helpful for your balance, for your core, making your stomach stronger, and then just finding how, getting better at balancing on that one leg. Since it is balance week, I want to make sure we do that. So our standing stretches are your front chamber here. You can either just hold it up like this, or you can grab it and pull it to you. Make sure you're not pulling it so far that you fall off balance. You're just holding it up. You're feeling that foot that's on the ground stay kind of bent into the floor. Switch. So you're feeling those toes grip into the ground a little bit. You're feeling that knee bend a little bit to give yourself more balance. Back down. From here, you're going to bend behind you. Either just pulling it back like a flamingo, or you can even grab it. If you do grab it, try not to go like this. Try to keep your posture. Try to keep your knees almost pinched together. Ooh. Just like the balance test, which sides, it's really helpful to keep your eyes in one spot as you're doing this. And then now we're going to work on different chambers. So you're going to again lift it up, turn it over, turn it sideways. There's your side kick chamber. Make sure your eyes kind of turn where you're going. Other side slow, up, open up your hip, turn it over. There's your side kick. One more time this way. Again, chamber it up. Point your knee. Turn your hip. Just like that. And your shoulders stay turned. One more time this side. Pick it up. Open it up. Turn that foot over. Very good. Okay, now last one's going to be the round kick chamber. Ready? You're going to pull it back behind you. Lift it up. Hold it. Find it. One more time this side. Pull it back. Lift it up. So hopefully what that also does is that shows you how completely different your side kicks and round kicks are, with your side kick chamber traveling this way and your round kick chamber traveling behind your body. Okay, last time. Round kick chamber, pull it back, pull it up. Also see how my body leans back a little bit while I'm doing that to give myself more balance. You can do that. Just make sure you keep your head up. Ready? Pull it back, pull it up. For bonus points, if you want to pivot on the ball of your foot, you can. And then pull it back. Okay, so we're nice and loose. We're warmed up a little bit. We're going to work through fire form as much as we worked on last time, and then potentially add on a little bit to it if we can get it. Now I'm going to kind of switch back and forth in certain portions of the form, with you guys standing behind me and us all going this way. But certain portions where we're doing a lot of moves to the middle of the floor, I'm going to make sure that I kind of turn around and mirror you guys so you can see what's going on. So I'll pre-frame you before we do it so you guys don't get confused. Okay, so let's kind of stay together and take it slow and sharpen up what we already know. Ready? And fire form. We're all going this way together. It's about the same martial arts. America. Right hand turns into that fist. The left hand stays that knife hand. And it's an open hand here. It's like this. You're basically throwing a back fist to your own hand. And then I turn,
form. Very good. Fire, form. Nice job. Bend, pinch those knees, and then step out with your right foot and try to get this to kind of work in rhythm. So it's a step into the sweep. Ready? So you step, sweep. And then from here, set, 2. Okay, one more time. So try to work that rhythm. Here, set, sweep. Good. And if you need to even bring your feet together at this point, you can, just so you can make that rhythm synchronize with this one. Step, sweep. Together, bow, present up to guard stance. I'm going to do this part. I'm going to mirror you guys. So I'm here. Your left hand's in the front, right hand's in the back. Okay. Take that back leg, throw a front kick, set it out wider. Now what stance are we in? Front stance, bonus points if you said chungle stance. Down block with the left hand, punch with the right hand. Turn, put your right leg behind you, chop with the left hand. Okay, let's do that part again. The sequence is very big on switches. It's trying to help you learn to coordinate and use opposite feet and opposite hands so there's not a lot of downtime between strikes. Okay, that's why it's such a fast combo, because you're learning how to quickly use your open hands, your open techniques, the open feet, the feet and hands you didn't just use. There we go. So ready? So step back here. So show front kick, down block, punch, knife hand. See, you're using your right side of your body, and then left, then right, then left. One more time here. So it's right side, boom, left down block, right punch, left chop. Good. Switching sides every time. Very good. Okay, now from here we do that flying front kick. So you're going to pivot your feet, pull the right leg up, jumping off the left foot and kicking with it. Set it in front lightly. Backhand, which again is just that open-handed back fist. Elbow comes up. We talked about this last time. Your hand, your arm really stays there. So your elbow, you actually kind of bend your elbow and pull it across your body as you step in to this elbow, to that Kimai stance. And then slide up. I'm going to slide closer to you guys so I don't end up running into that wall. You guys might need to back away from the camera at this point so you have more open room to do this kicking combination. Hands are up. It's that 2 round kicks, the low and the middle, or the middle and the high if you're real flexible. 1, 2, and then slide up side kick. Slide towards me. Side kick with the blade of your foot. Back fist with your right hand. Drop down punch with your left hand. You're going to rise and switch. It's that jumping, switching movement. Stand. Switch your feet. Right hand does that cover. Boom. Just like that. And then you bring your feet together. Chop to the right. Your right foot does that side kick just like in kicking kata. But then we don't put it together. We put it in front of the other leg. That part's kind of tricky. Just remind yourself your right foot steps over in front of your left foot. And you are going to lean on it, the one that you crossed, so I can then kick with the other one. So this right leg, after I kick, I set it in front and I lean on it so that there's not a lot of weight on my left leg now. So I can then chop and kick. Land with a cross double, land with an X block over your head. Pull down here. Very good. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. So watch. After you go here, your left hand, you're going to rise here. This move is very, very similar to that block we did when we did a jump switch. It's that same scooping motion, but instead of a fist, you're using an open knife hand. So it rolls here. Very good. If you can, there's another time where you do this movement. If you can kind of think about it and you can kind of say it out loud, I'll give you bonus points. It's when you're doing your psi form. It's the same movement. So it's chop, punch, and then your right hand, chop, just like in your psi form, punch. Okay? So we just did the side kicks. We landed with an X block here. We pulled it down. We blocked our knees. Your left hand goes first. Pull, roll that block, scoop that block, and then punch to the center of the chest. Right hand, roll it. It should end in line with your shoulder. Punch the middle of the chest. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go just from the jump switch, right before that. Okay, so let's do this. Put your right side forward. Do a back fist with your right hand. This is the end of that kicking combination. Drop down punch. Okay, now stand up and jump switch. Boom. Eventually that'll all land at the same time. Very good. And then from here, line up. Side kick with that right leg. Set it in front and lean on it. So your left foot's behind. Line up. Side kick. Set it down. X block over your head. Pull it down, blocking your legs. Your left hand goes first. It does that scoop. And I saw my right hand sneakily pulls into my belt so it can be ready to punch. Scooping block. Punch. Other hand, scoop. Punch. Okay, that was a lot. So now we're going to keep working backwards. We're going to go from the beginning of that kicking combination. Okay, so we just did elbow. Now we're here. So we're going to do the round kick and the round kick and the slide up side kick, back fist, drop down punch right into the part we just practiced, okay? Like this, ready? And, oh, I'm sorry, hands are up, burp. And go. Round kick, slide forward, slide towards me, side kick, set it down in the front, back fist, drop down punch. Okay, now we're jumping into that jump switch. So make sure that right leg that's up, you're going to put it behind you. Your left knee that's down, you're going to slide it forward. And as you do, your hand does that rotating cover. Good. If you can't see that, it's here. So you should have your left foot in the front. Your right hand is up. Then we're going to line up this way. I'm mirroring you at this point. Okay, so you side kick with your right foot. Very good. You cross it in front. This is me crossing it in front. Line up, side kick with your left foot. Cross, pull down, left hand, scoop, punch with the right hand. Right hand, the hand that just did the punch, does the scooping block. Punch with the left hand. Okay? So we're doing it one more time. We're going to keep working backwards. Okay, last time we started from here, and we started with the kick combinations. Okay, now we're going to start from here. When you step back to this, and you do the front kick and the down block, and you do that combination, leading into the kick combination, leading into the jump switch, leading into what we just practiced. Okay, so just kind of for future reference, it's a really good, we learn new information. It's an easier way to kind of start to piece all this stuff together instead of working. We add a new movement instead of starting from the very beginning and going all the way through to that new movement. That works, okay, but sometimes what that causes you to do is focus on the beginning, and then you're so ready to do the new stuff that the stuff in the middle kind of gets lost. You either don't do it as strong or you forget what it is because you're so focused on getting to the end part. So sometimes it's actually better to start working backwards. We're not moving the moves backwards. We're adding chunks. Okay, we started at E, and then we're adding the letters to get us back to A. Is basically what we're doing. Okay, so again, now present up, step back to that modified guard stance, throw the back leg front kick, down block, punch with the right hand, chop with the left hand. Turn your body, pull the right leg, kick the left leg. What's next? Backhand. Very good. This elbow comes up, you step over to Kimai, land it. Slide your back foot, your left foot, to your right foot. Now we're onto that kicking combination you just did a wonderful job with. Round kick, slide up, side kick, back fist, drop down punch. Right into kind of getting that arm ready for the jump switch. Jump switch, good. Line up with the right hand, kick with the right leg, step across. When you do, now you're going to lean that weight, line up the left side, kick the left side. Set it down, block, pull down, circle the left hand, punch the right hand. Circle the right hand, punch the left hand. Feet together. Good, I'll face you guys. And of course, we finished out, fire, form. Okay, so that's just definitely a good thing to kind of do when you're working new information, because sometimes just going from start to finish can be a very daunting task, and it can almost be overwhelming. And either you'll get to the part we just practiced and it's so new that you'll have forgotten what it was already, or you'll start from the beginning, you'll kind of forget the middle, and then you'll get the end. So sometimes it can be better if you're having a hard time getting from very start to where we are now, to start from where we are, or start that part we just practiced, and start working backwards a little bit. Okay, again, you're not starting from, and eventually, like you guys probably now, could go back to that very first move and now get all the way to the end. Okay, because we kind of worked it, step by step backwards. We kind of reverse engineered it, basically. So what we're going to work on now is the kick combination. At the end of the rotation, we're going to take all these kicks, we're going to start to bunch them up into combination so that it's a little more functional and it kind of just looks a lot cooler. Okay, so we have that outside crescent kick we worked on, the flying front kick, and the pop-up front kick. Okay, we're going to work them individually first so they feel comfortable, and then we're going to put them into combination so you know what that feels like. All right, so all the kicks by themselves. First, step back with your right foot. First, doing the outside crescent kick with the right foot. Good. Try to make sure you kind of lean onto that front leg. So you do kind of push off this foot a little bit. After you push, you chamber that knee. After you chamber that knee, you flick the foot out, and it circles itself around. So it's chamber, flick. Good. Smacking the hand away or kicking the person. And go. Very good. Okay, switch sides. Outside crescent kick on your left leg now. Again, little things to practice and remind yourself of. You want your knee to point where it's going, which for this case, your outside crescent kick is going like this. So I want my knee to turn and point that way. Even if I just turn my body, good, but I don't turn my knee, it's still going to be really hard to get my knee to go the proper direction. That's why sometimes everything's going the right way, and so you feel like your leg will do that too. But if your knee doesn't, see my knee's not pointing, it's going that way, wherever your toes are pointing is where your leg is going to want to send itself. Okay, so sometimes little things like that can throw your whole entire kick off. So make sure you turn that knee, and then you can swing your hips around. Okay, next one we're going to work on, switch back to your normal side, flying front kick with the step. Okay, I understand in the form we don't step. In the form you just jump and you switch. Okay, sometimes there's how the technique technically is. If you did it all by itself, when you put into a form, sometimes it makes a slight adjustment. So either we take a step or we don't take a step. Okay, this technical kick all by itself has a step to get power. Okay, so just remind yourself of that sometimes, and that can be kind of hard to rationalize, but when you're doing the kick by itself, there is a step. Ready? So we'll step, jump, switch. Awesome job. Now we're going to switch feet. So your left foot's in the back. If this is your not his favorite side, you might have to do the kick a little bit lower or a little bit slower. Ready? Step, jump, switch. Nice job. One more time. Step, jump, switch. Okay, so now we're going to combine those. So you're going to put your right leg, oh, I'm sorry, that's your left, that's your right leg. I'm mirroring you guys. Right leg's in the back. We're going to do your outside crescent kick, put it back where you got it, take that step, jump and switch, and land it in the front. That's a lot of words to say to mean this. Okay, so again, that outside crescent kick strikes, puts it back behind us, step in to the flying front kick and land it in front. Ready? Outside crescent, put it back behind you, step with that same leg, kick with that same leg. So the kind of the trick to remembering this is we're doing everything on one side. At one leg, whatever leg we're starting with is the leg that's doing all the kicks. And I'll kind of give you the secret. When we add the pop-up front kick at the end of this, which is our last kick, it's going to be with the same leg. Okay, so all kicks are on the same leg for the combination. Ready? Outside crescent kick, put it behind you. Good. Step, flying front, put it in front of you this time. Very good. Okay, one more time. Outside crescent kick, put it behind you. Step, flying front, land it in the front. So now we're going to switch sides and try everything on the opposite side. So your left leg's behind you this time. Just turn, outside, set it back, reset your feet, step it forward, jump and switch. Ready? So you're here. Show me your outside crescent. Put it back behind you. Step, jump, switch. Cool. Try to make sure on that jump and switch, you're focusing more on jumping up than jumping out. A lot of times when we do jumping kicks, like for the flying front, you do want to cover distance. You do want to go forward. But if we're focused solely on going forward and not really on going as much up, then your body will almost stumble and fall forward. And you'll feel really off balance. You'll feel weak. Okay, so like when you're doing your flying front kick, if you're only focused on going out, could not focus as much on going up, it's going to be a lot harder to switch those feet, and you're going to feel like you're falling forward. So give yourself, kind of find that middle balance of, yes, going forward a little bit, but also jumping up so you have time to switch your feet. So it's more, you're covering distance, but you're really focusing on the up, not necessarily the out. Okay, so your left leg is behind you, outside crescent kick, rotate those shoulders and hips, set it back, push off that leg, step, jump, switch. All right, last time on that leg. Here we go. Outside crescent. Set it behind you. Step, jump, switch. Very good. Okay, feet together. Bow, one knee. Okay, so main things we worked on today. We might have time real fast to work on number 14. We'll have to hustle, though. Worked on fire form a lot. We added on to it and showed you how to kind of, technical phrase is reverse engineer it, and how to start at the end and work back to the beginning. But again, that doesn't mean we're doing the form backwards. We're just kind of adding pieces on to what we now have, added on to what we're doing. A good challenge for you guys would be to try to start from the very beginning, see how far you can get. Okay, maybe do it right after class, but then also try it again tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, sometime between now and Monday's class, so you can really have a firm grasp of where you are. Because at this point, we're getting to where you're almost, by next week, we'll probably have almost all, if not all of the form learned. And so it's really important to see how much you know when we train together, and then how much you know when you're training by yourself. because that kind of by yourself feeling is how you're going to feel at a tournament or a belt graduation. So that's where we can kind of have a real honest answer of how much of the form you're retaining and remembering. It's one thing to do it as a team together where you're just kind of seeing it and doing it, but then when you have to recall the form from your brain and remember it all by yourself, then that you might remember less. And so it's important to know how much that is. Okay, since we're not testing right now, okay, then we have time to come back on Tuesday, and you'll know kind of where you stopped at. You'll know that when you do it by yourself, where you stopped at, so then we know what we need to add on to it. Because we did this much of the form today, but maybe if you do it by yourself, maybe you'll only get to the drop down punch and like the jump switch and everything else. Maybe your brain will forget that. Hopefully not, maybe not. But if it does, then now you at least know that answer. So when we come back into class on Tuesday, you'll know that, okay, from that drop down punch, I really have to focus on remembering that next part of the form. So that's kind of my weekend goal for you guys, if you have the time, is to find out when you're doing your form by yourself, where that stopping point, okay, or if there is any blocking points. Because also sometimes you'll do the form up to a certain part, you'll forget a little chunk in the middle, but then you'll remember the next part. So sometimes there is little gaps, okay, where your brain just doesn't remember spots, or there's a stopping point where you just can't remember anything after that. Try to figure out where those are so we can start plugging in those holes next week and moving forward. And everybody's spots are going to be different, because that's why I'm telling you guys all this now, so you can all figure out where those spots, there's lack of information is for you, so you can start filling them in. Hope you've done your balance kicks, and you've kind of posted on that post. There we go. Posted on the post on the Facebook page. And then same thing with taking a picture of their sheet and putting a comment of the picture on the post on our Facebook. If you need any help with that, either reach us on Facebook or email us or give us a call at the studio. We're here for right now. Thank you for your training. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week so far. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Feet together and bow. You are dismissed.